shop, Lululemon. That's just if you need any sign that the yoga is doing good and Lululemon, they're just
100%.
expanding their fucking shop. Like they have this massive shop now.
Is it
in Sanlitun, by my spinning studio? It's just I was like, wow. Anyway, the Rich knows I like to babble about business and marketing a lot. So.
What is this guy doing? Like, why is he asking me so many questions? And
but I've been living in London and
sure, of course.
So
but I think for like what are you doing? It's a must. Otherwise, you cannot like.
You're saying asking all the questions.
Yeah,
has Tom told you some of the process? I assume.
Yeah, like no, we were here yesterday, and then he was listening to some of your messages, and I think it's just normal thing to like for you to know what's going on, to actually. Like,
I have to
get to the bottom of what's going on.
But Tom's also very willing because some guy might be like, I'm not showing you a picture of my shit. I'm like, I need to see a picture of your shit. That's thing with.
In China somehow, back at home we have these things popping up.
Sure.
Because always somebody is like, oh, I will do like this new thing, and they just go with it. But in here it's very rare when somebody finally decides to. So it's like, wow, somebody did it kind of thing. So it's kind of a big thing for.
But I think that stuff will start exploding more.
Because we do another thing we do is neurofeedback. I don't know if you ever heard about it.
Neurofeedback?
Yeah. It's
no,
like,
tell me.
Okay, it's like balancing. It's like.
Is that the thing where you use electromagnetic waves in your brain, or that like infrared as well?
No. It's
Isn't
like.
The thing with David Asprey where that's it, right? But I don't know the process. Educate me. How does the process
Well, I can hook you up. I have it.
But you obviously know what you're doing with it, right? I'm not gonna like.
I've been doing it for a long time.
Start like twitching or something.
No, it's actually it's like meditation thing. So what happens is your brain. So they play music.
Yeah. Okay.
You listen to music and somehow then these
neural beats.
Yeah, no.
It's like this frequency of like a.
Like somehow it detects how brain reacts to that music.
Okay.
That machine, and then it sends some kind of signal. If it detects I don't know what's the mechanical process, but anyways, it's kind of sending feedback to it's like your brain is seeing itself in a mirror.
Yeah.
So it kind of adjusts itself because it's quicker, which apparently when you do meditation, that's what you kind of give that opportunity for brain to balance itself out.
So do you use this as like a de-stressing method?
Kind of, yeah.
Would you want to put it into your schedule? No, because I'm putting potential habits in now, and you're telling me things that you do.
I'm so good thing with that thing is you can actually listen to it even when you work or do anything. But that's something I do, yeah.
But do you do it like alone when it's quiet or?
No, I do not. These days I don't have luxury of time to specifically have a time for it, so I do it when I do something like work on computer, most often, or I do it when I do enemas.
Okay.
That's when because it's actually good, because one thing we discovered is that
you also do
your body is actually really doing it somehow. So there's tendency you wanna go to toilet after it, or just in the process
after.
Yeah, it's really bizarre.
It's horrible. You're saying afterwards, once it goes up.
Well, because your brain somehow starts to. I don't know.
I know it's about the neurofeedback. Sometimes after that you want to go to the bathroom.
The neurofeedback makes you want to go to the toilet.
Yeah, you hide it as well.
Not always, like sometimes.
Because it is it's stimulating all your.
Well, it must be doing something body. If it makes you want to go to the toilet.
Exactly. No, it definitely does.
For me, the neurofeedback is like I just have like sometimes you have this like a bad thoughts or like kind of on a depression kind of side.
I understand.
But after this, like a thought. Your mind is very like calm and like you don't feel like you're overwhelmed with stuff no matter how stressful it is. That's what the thing does for me, the neurofeedback.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You just feel like.
But I haven't tried it. I mean, it's interesting that you're doing it.
Yeah.
So when you have a stressful situation, do you listen to that and you?
No, I need to be in reactive mode, so it's really hard to get out of that. Like if I have some deadline, I will listen to it.
But maybe for like it's important that even so. For example, now I haven't been able to work out properly. Normally I do like I do like a 500 burpee challenge, like some like ridiculous workouts, and I don't have time right now to do that, like with you and a second job and another thing. So I do think of like a micro workout, so like it'll happen to you no matter what, like when I wake up, I do 50 kettlebell swings, 50 push-ups, whatever, 50 pull-ups, like, but it always happens.
But it's part of your bigger health routine, so that's why I think it's like part of this bigger thing. So it's not. So when I start to listen to it more when other things kind of fall in place, but I had some periods where I had massive deadlines and I just come home, I drink my potato vodka, I go to sleep and I wake up, I go to work again, and that's my routine.
Sure. But do you think
once I start to eat healthier, I work out more, then I listen to that stuff more.
No, because I'm mapping out your like the habits that I have for you. But it's interesting that you give me habits. So for example, like, it needs to be in your daily ritual that like, okay, I do neural programming for like even 3 minutes. It's like that workout takes me 3 minutes. But can you do less? I mean, it doesn't mean you have to do 30.
But I can do it when I work.
Okay, so let's just. I want to. The effect's not good, and it's about if you don't have the habit in the beginning. Say, oh well, I'll have almond milk every now and again. You start to have it more and more and more. So it's rather like you have this habit. And that's it.
Like, the thing is, our bodies are not actually made for all this stuff, so it accumulates.
It accumulates, exactly.
So that's why the most phenomenal thing about the last 2 weeks being I had so much, and I haven't been implementing it even 100%.
Sure.
And I had such a dramatic change, like in my bowel movements and energy levels. Today I look a little bit rough because I had some potato vodka last night and whatnot. So, but I looked pretty like wow. I was like looking at myself. Wow, I can see difference on Friday, on Thursday, or that's just from 1 week and not even so it is food because I didn't do anything else really.
Of course. And once still now you're still B vitamin deficient, still zinc deficient, probably other vitamins. Once those get restored, and then you're eating properly. But it
just shows that the food I had before, although maybe I still made relatively better choices.
Of course, relatively better.
It was still, the quality of food wasn't good, and it was affected because my bowel movement was very patchy.
Sure.
And I could sense, I go to some restaurant and it's like, I have like diarrhea kind of effect.
Sure. So the way that the formation of your stool, what comes out of you, is a big indicator.
I was like, what? Oh my God! Oh, it's even. But then I did these enemas, so maybe it. But then I have done them also before, and it didn't contribute. So it must be food.
And I asked you because the food's forming.
So like that. I was like, such a difference, man. It's just I never had so healthy stool like I had that one first time.
Yeah, the first 3 that you said before.
I haven't had that healthy for. I remember when I went back home, I was eating only wild blueberries for 1 week. That was as close. You can't get them, so what is point even like telling people how good they are? People tell blueberries are good, but they are half as good. Like you can't compare to wild blueberries.
Sure. So. No, of course.
So, but they are not available. So, but once we kind of point out, and there will be people like.
There will be people.
They're not expensive. The funny thing is they're not that expensive actually back at home. So.
How much you pay? Do you know how much you pay? Like a kilogram or something?
Well, it's getting more expensive obviously these days because there's bigger industry around. I think that's the main contributor because as I didn't know, he didn't, like there's all these Chinese factories and whatever they can't find that ingredient anywhere else but these blueberries.
Yeah, they use
relatively still or not that expensive.
Sure, compared to what it could be.
Yeah, because it's so nature grows it. You just need to pay somebody to pick them up.
Pick them, sure. Right there.
I want more of this.
It's like medicine and stuff.
Yeah,
and you also realize how satiating and how like food is like a drug. It's like it's cocaine. It's
because that's how body makes itself survive, right?
100%.
That's the main. So everything is geared towards getting nutrition from nature, and it just does whatever.
Because we always think we need to intervene, like the body is programmed to do what it needs to do. We just need to give it the right
ingredients. Yeah, the problem is we are so detached from like these natural stuff that
we don't know.
That's where, but it's like full circle now. Only now people start to understand. It's just fucking meat. Just eat good quality meat, but
sure. But the thing is, the body speaks such a fine-tuned language. We don't listen. like if your hair falls out.
Well, it's hard. Like we are too big. There's too many stuff happening.
It's difficult. But once you realize, I mean, you even realize this week, like just looking at your stool is speaking to your body.
Yeah.
And people would look at their stool, they just wipe their ass and move and carry on.
Yeah.
I look at my stool like that's how.
The thing is, you know how to analyze.
Yeah.
You know some conclusions to make. I don't know. Like, so I've been kind of like whatever.
Sure. Well, no one knows. I haven't heard anyone look at their stool. So I mean, it's not. When I say look at it, I mean,
no, but you've been studying. You've been reading some stuff about.
Sure. No, and that as well. But I'm saying even like you look at your nails, your skin. There's just like so many places to look. There's too many. I mean, I could have asked you 100 more questions on that questionnaire. But yeah, once you get in tune with it, it becomes pretty easy because then you become motivated as well. You eat something, you're like, oh, I feel funny, and you get motivated not to eat it again. But when you're out of touch, then you keep on doing these bad things because you don't understand the consequence. It's about linking the consequence to like what you're doing. And right now we're so detached from the consequence.
For me,